Good morning, inflatable fans. Bushwhackers and wild campers will include you two because I'm doing a bit of that later on. I'm here with Bobby Dazzler. We're down by Pocklington Canal. It's early doors, sun hasn't even come up yet. It's a misty, murky morning, but we're going to have a paddle out Cottingworth Way and then back to Garden Lock. On the way back, I'm going to load the kayak up with the camping gear because I'm actually staying here for the night. And yeah, let's get set up and get cracked on. I'm out on the water this morning, having a bit of a paddle with Bobby Dazzler, and I'm testing out another pair of gloves. It's another pair by Ankia. I believe I've already done a pair of these, a pair of more cycling orientated gloves. These are slightly different, supposed to be waterproof I think, as I recall. The last ones I tested you could actually dunk in the water, I'm not sure. I think I bought these because I think we could with these too. Might have to give that a go. They've got one of those silicone rubberized palms, and like the other Ankia ones, they've got the touchscreen pads on the thumbs and fingers. So we'll test that out as we at some point today as well, and see what they're like. Right, let's get paddling. Oh, doing a bit of a turnaround first. Bobby Dazzler's already set off at a lick by the look of it. Trying to catch him up. As you can tell, it's a bit of a dank, grey day on Pocklington Canal. Not to worry, eh? What will be interesting will be how this boat copes with all my camping gear in it. And I've got a lot of gear tonight. A lot of gear. Anyway, there's Bobby Dazzler up ahead. It's the first time he's been out since the last time. No, he's been out once since he said. It's the first time he's been out for a while. You might notice, somewhat ironically, that I've got my shades on my head. And it doesn't look like I'm going to need them, does it? But the last time I was out on the water, it was misty. And the sun got out. I had the sun glaring in my face, so I'm not making that mistake again. Bobby Dazzler's already chasing swans. There's this young one here, look. You can tell it's young because it's still got kind of grey browny plumage. Hello. Daz has come up with a new name for this Gumotex twist, and I really like it. It's going to be called the P-Pod from this point onwards. It's very calm this morning, isn't it, Daz? Yeah. It is very atmospheric. Quite narrow this bit. You can imagine what it'd be like in summer, can't you? And very overgrown. Just say that again. A lot of eels. Yeah. Hey, remember what I said about swans? Mind you, that's a goose, isn't it? Well, we hit a bit of an obstacle. There's all this weed, and a swing bridge, and the swing bridge is doable. If you've watched my channel, you'll know that I've actually tackled that one before, 2 or 3 trips ago. However, you'd need some momentum to get through the weed to get under the bridge, and I can't really do that, and Daz can't really do that, so it looks like we might be getting out.
All that weed and nothing that you can smoke.
Hey, this is a family channel. I'll let you go past first.
It's off balance with this bag that's on the front.
Yeah, mine's really off balance at the moment. It's not going to be. It's not going to be the easiest one to do. Thankfully, this Gumotex is quite tough.
Oh, nice action.
And thankfully, the paddle leashes do come in handy.
Yeah.
And we're off. Oddly enough, it's not too far to the next bridge. More swans ahead. Second swing bridge of the day. Might be the old shuffle down for this one. Even the swans have to duck. He's going for it.
Not too sure.
Yeah, you're clear, I think. Your bag might catch on your back.
That was tight.
I'm gonna have to shuffle right down the boat. Oh. Get right in. Oh.
National Limbo Championship.
Oh. There is a slipstream of swans indeed. We're in the swan slipstream. How many can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Something like that.
2, 1. Oh, swan fight, swan fight.
See, that's what happens when you pull out without indicating.
We're gonna have a swan boy, swan boy. Right, so we've just gone past the furthest place I got to the last time I came in this direction, and I'm right. It's not that far. The lock is just ahead there, and it's only a couple of 100 metres. So I really did miss nothing by being stymied by weed. If you remember the trip. So that was the first time I came on Pocklington Canal. So I think from here, there should be a mooring down here. And Daz and I are going to get out and have a little breather and some coffee. Well, would you believe it? I'll show you. Weed, weed, weed. Yep, I'm surrounded by weed. I've literally tried to pile my way through this because, well, let me show you this too. It's only just there, the lock and the mooring. I know I'm stuck. Alright, that might have been a bit dramatic. I'm not really stuck, but it's just a bugger that we can't actually get through to use the mooring. Damn. Right, I'm clear. Managed to get out. See, I told you I was being over dramatic. But the boat's a bit filthy. We stopped and had a bit of a brew on the bank, and we're just paddling back to Hag Bridge now. And the temperature's dropped quite a bit, we think, because we're both feeling the cold now. Yeah, a bit chilly today. No sign of any sun either. Here we go again. Right. Let's lay you back this time. I swear it's higher than last time. Oh. There we go.
That's tight. I think that's as tight as it can get, that.
I think you're right.
I can't get much lower than that. I'm lower than the snake's belly.
Hello. Well, we're going to have to get out again for this bridge because it's just all clogged underneath. Just approaching Hag Bridge area where we launched. And I'm just struck by how still the water is in front of me. It's not got the same kind of clarity of reflection as you get on a sunny day, but still, it's very serene looking. Well, inflatable fans, time for the second leg of my journey today. So Daz has gone. And now I've just laden up the Gumotex twist here, the P-pod, with all my camping gear. So we've got a 100-litre Bergen at the back, Dutch Army sleeping bag on top there. There's my 2 standard dry bags for going out in. Firewood, the kayak bag there, the Amazon Basics bag that I've done a video of, you might have seen that I store the kayak in. That's also full of firewood. And that bag underneath it, this one, that's got the wood burner stove in it. Just got to get me in it now. Whew. It's going to be a challenge, is this one? Let's see how this works out, eh? Well, I'm in. That was an even less graceful entry than normal. And like I've always said, getting in and out of these things is never graceful. This is going to be one mucky weekend. There's mud everywhere. I'm covered in it, but it doesn't really matter, because ultimately it'll all go in the wash. Right, so it's now paddle and camp time. Thankfully don't have far to go, and I'm not going to be racing because I don't want to tip anything out of the boat. On the plus side, on the way back there'll be a lot less, because I won't have any of the firewood. Gotta hand it to this Gumotex though, for the amount of gear that I've got in here. It's doing alright. And as things stand, the view from the front isn't going to be up to much. Not with that great kayak bag in the way, with the firewood in. What I can already say with some confidence is the weight distribution of this boat is making it the tracking a bit more challenging. I think it's because there's a lot of weight right at the front. But that's just the price you have to pay when you're doing daft stuff. Sorry, did I say daft stuff? When you're doing little adventures, mad little adventures like this, in the middle of December. Oh. Sorry about that, camera fell off. Yeah, when you're doing little adventures in the middle of December, the week before Christmas. Because that's what it is as I record this, the week before Christmas. Let's just do a few shout outs while I'm paddling. Hello Top Fan. And Mart, can you see that swan hiding behind the... There we go. We've seen ducks this morning, just haven't filmed any I don't think. Hello Mark. Hello Mark over in Gatorland. Hi Claire. Hello Simon. I know I'm not out in the story, but there are reasons. I wanted to try this one out actually with a load of gear. Actually the Gumotex is bigger than the story, longer, and that's why, because I was taking the stove out, I thought I needed something with a bit more space. So anyway, hello Simon. Graham, how are you doing? Oh, the boat's so wet. The camera keeps falling over. Graham, how are you doing? I think we've done that one. Oh, you alright? And Dave, how are you doing Dave? So I tried out that neoprene wetsuit, been out in it today and I felt a bit cold actually. And then when I took it off I realised I wasn't cold. It's a really weird feeling. My hands have been cold today. Camera's gone again. Not having much joy with this today. See how I'm drifting with all this extra weight in? It's really throwing the balance of the boat out. Might as well just go with it, eh? No point trying to fight it. Yeah, so I forgot where I'm up to. Oldest friends, good morning. Hello Roadkill. Although I doubt you'll watch this. He so very rarely watches anything I do. Unless he's in it, of course, just to make sure he hasn't made too much of a bell of himself. Anyway, grey day today, damp and drizzly. Looking forward to getting the hot tent set up. I've got a new hot tent to try out. And I'm looking forward to getting that set up, getting the stove set up, and getting some food cooked actually. I'm getting a bit hungry. I mean, what time is it? It's coming up to 12 o'clock. Oh, I got distracted there, didn't I? Anyway, so thank you to all the subscribers, new and old. And if you haven't commented on any of my videos yet and said hello, by all means do. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. What you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of in the videos, and I will endeavour to do what I can. I make no promises because I mostly try and do things that I enjoy, because then I hope that comes across. I am curious as to how fast I'm going because I feel like I'm travelling really slowly now because the boat's so laden. So let's I'm going to monitor the sat nav. I don't know whether I've got it on the lens there on the screen, but Yeah, it's hard work to get this to 3 miles an hour. Although it's saying we're holding at about 3 at the moment, which isn't too bad. But it is heavy paddling. It does feel like I'm pulling weight. It's hard to believe actually that the water was up over these banks just a couple of weeks ago. If you've seen the Pegasus plan fail video, well, this is where I was. I was by the side of this canal and the water was over the sides. It's crazy. And as you can't see up ahead, the lock's just coming into view. But unfortunately, there's a big bag in the way. Hang on, let's... there you go, now you can see it. But equally I've crashed. Landed. Got all the stuff out of the boat. It's just a case of now carrying it all over there. I've just carried the first load across and I've got to admit I'm a little bit taken aback because the last time I was here, all of this over here wasn't a lake, and now look at it. There's just this vast amount of water, and even over there into the next field, this is just a field. But now looks like a lake. Unbelievable. So, you know that I like to show you the truth and not just the gloss. First major mistake of the day. Should have worn better shoes, ones that were more waterproof, or just bought a spare pair of socks. Let me show you what I mean. You see, these are soaked through. I can feel it on my feet. Thankfully, once I've got the tent set up and the stove on, I'll be able to dry my socks out, but yeah. Oops. I've got to admit, this is such a lovely area, and it's such a great place to paddle out to and stick a tent up. It's just so quiet. Although I can hear a lot of gunshots today, but generally it's just so quiet. Anyway, new tent. Let's get it set up, eh? Right, so we've got the stove lit, burning nicely, just warming it up at the moment. I'm just going to dry my gloves out on here too, just putting them near the heat window on it, obviously, because this will get very warm. So we'll dry those out for later. Look at that little fan go. I've literally just put that on there. It's one of those heat inductor fans. I thought it might just help keep the the tent warm on a night when the heat gets going and it's sealed in. I didn't expect it to set off quite so fast, actually. I got it from Lidl, a company called Von House. I was a bit dubious about as to whether it was going to work, but I think that's I don't think that's in question anymore. Right, I've got everything set up now. It's a bit of a mess in here because I've got so much gear. I've just thrown a load of it in that corner. I'm going to be sleeping this way on. I've got the termite mat, which I usually have, the British Army Gore-Tex bivvy bag, and inside that there's some foam just to insulate me from the floor. Dutch Army sleeping bag, my show pillow inside a couple of pillowcases, and you can just see the termite mat logo there. So that's what I'll be sleeping in tonight. Temperature's about creeping up to 9 degrees. I've literally just got that out of the bag, and it's about 5 degrees outside, so I haven't eaten today yet. And it's been a busy day. What with the paddle this morning with Daz, and then the paddle here and getting set up here. Because one of the other things I've done is I've split all this firewood up just to make it a bit more stove friendly. The stove is roaring, the fan is motoring, and it's time to cook. And ooh, it's showing us 11 degrees in here now. I think it's going to get really warm. I mean, I've even taken my coat off. Cooking. Stop yammering. I have made a total faux pas. I meant to bring bacon and eggs and forgot. However, I have got this potato rosti. I've got some smash. I was going to have either the smash with chicken and white wine sauce or these noodles with them later on. And there's also one of those little tuna salads in there. Coffee for the morning, loads of cereal bars. Not dying of starvation today. Oh sheesh, am I going to be ready for this? Whew. Oh, it's getting there. And I think, oh, we're already boiling there. Oh, and incidentally, here's one of my little top tips. 3 litres of water in there, and I put it in my rucksack with all the other stuff, and to make sure, just in case it leaked, it's in a dry bag. I decided to have a little bit of a lie down. If nothing else, well, I need to dry my socks. There you go, so my socks are currently hung over the stove. You might be able to see that they're actually steaming because they are very wet. So I thought I'd have a bit of a, it's been a busy day, I thought I'd have a bit of a lie down. Why not? 24 degrees. And that's with the door cracks open. Having to strip off. It's so warm in here. It's lovely. This is far better than my first experience of hot tenting. For anybody who's wondering, I do have a carbon monoxide detector in here too. Thought I'd better just in case. Even though there's probably adequate ventilation, you just never know, do you? Better to be safe than sorry, eh? Right, I think you can see that. That one's reading 25. Now that one's quite low in the tent. And this is what I experienced last time when I was hot tent camping, was the fact that underneath the stove, which is there, is cooler. But when you look at that one, which is higher up in the tent, above the stove, yeah, you see that one's saying 31. And up here, it is very warm. In fact, my gloves now, they're nice and dry. But you definitely do get layers of heat in a hot tent. Well, I've been watching some episodes of Firefly on my phone, currently about 34 degrees in this tent, so it's getting a bit chilly, he says. It's time to have something to eat. So for tonight's delicacy, tonight's slop, we've got chicken in white wine sauce, which I'm going to be adding some noodles to. So we'll get that, get the noodles boiling first. And the finest chicken slop money can buy is ready for the consumption. Oh shush, I'm on holiday. Good morning, inflatable fans, wild campers and bushwhackers. Hope you're well. I slept so well in there. It was about 5 o'clock when I woke up this morning. Temperature had dropped a bit. I think it was about 4 degrees. Around about 2 now, I think it is. Just got some coffee on the go. Bit of a damp, dreary morning. And everything's still here. Chimney's a bit creosoted up. So I've got all the ash to ditch, everything to pack up, and then get back on the water. Yeah, very misty day today. Got to say, the tent's done well, especially considering we've had a lot of water in the night. As you can see, that beading off, I think. A lot of water gathered in the skirt. But yeah, very good. I have to say, I'm still a bit tied between the OAX Etna that I'm using today and the MSR Pocket Rocket. I think one of the things I do like about the Etna is the slightly wider flame base compared to the Pocket Rocket, but yeah, they're both just absolutely fabulous. And the biggest winner with this one is it's slightly cheaper. Graceful as ever. Dank. That's the word of the day. Dank. Everything is dank and dirty today. Dank. Everything is going to take a lot of drying out. A lot of drying out. Hey, it's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? And I live in a flat, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to do, but I'll sort it. Anyway, time to paddle back. And we're off. I'm not sure it's going to be any easier to steer than yesterday. It is slightly lighter because I don't have any of the firewood left. I burnt all of that yesterday. And my word, that tent was warm. Got to about 34, 35 degrees, I think. But at least there's a bit less baggage here for the journey back, eh? My biggest concern is that I lose something off the back. You might have noticed when I was loading the boat that it looks a little precarious. So I'm just going to be taking it steady. No power paddling today. Got to say, it is kind of strange paddling on a misty morning. Everything looks so different. Atmospheric in a different way. You see the water dropping in from the trees. Everything is soaked even though it's not raining. I can feel it, the mist hitting my face. Hot coffee, cold day, warm soul. Go on then, where did you have your coffee today? Let me know in the comments. And if not coffee, your favourite beverage. Your beverage of choice. What is weird today is being able to see things up ahead of you moving in the mist, but not being sure what they are. There's a heron there, you won't be able to see it, which is a shame. Oh, ducks flying off. Well, I'm nearly back at Hag Bridge. It's just around this bend up ahead. So I'll take this opportunity to thank you so much for watching. Hope you've liked this little video. Yesterday's paddling with Darren was a bit impromptu. I'd planned to go out and camp last night, but he messaged me the night before saying, did I fancy a paddle? So I told him what my plans were. And so we added meeting him to the beginning of my day. I was going to come out a bit later on. So yeah, it's all worked out quite well. Quite an adventurous weekend, really. So I hope you've liked it. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. You know that choice is always yours. And if you like what I'm doing on the channel, if you hit the subscribe button and that bell notification, then whenever I've uploaded a video, you'll get a notification to say that I've uploaded a video. And you can watch it then, if you want. And I know you want to, really. How egocentric am I? Anyway, you take care of yourself. As I say, thank you so much for watching. Cheerio.